Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome, welcome. We're just going to wait a little bit for everybody to join. I think we've still got a few minutes before the top of the hour. So lovely to see so many people hopping on before the time, all this excitement. So I think instead of saying where we are from, how about you let us know in the chat how it was to receive gifts? Because I'm sure many of us can attest to the fact that we have been legends and we have received gifts, maybe not in our pockets, but we definitely secured places on our perpetual and our silver boards for sure. So let us know how that experience was, what it was like to receive, and you can also tell us where you're from at the same time. Okay, so Alan says that they're a guide, so almost there, but I'm sure you got to guide very quickly. And how wonderful, we didn't have to worry about people, we just have to worry about ourselves. And that's why I love calling this new elements a true honoring of ourselves, because in honoring ourselves, we are being such a beautiful service to others and the rest of our team, which is amazing. So yeah, let me just read in the chats. So Carla from Venezuela, Jane's almost there. Raphael said it was amazing to receive and give in bronze, regardless that there was so little, the emotion was amazing. Hi from Canada, love giving and receiving almost every week. Oh my goodness, this is so wonderful. Really, really is incredible. And Farnes made it. I thought you were going to be at a meeting, so it just shows you absolutely incredible.
Hi, Candace.
Hello, Pierre. We've got load shedding in South Africa. So, Pierre, thank you for joining us. He's got his battery pack on.
Hello, Candace. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Ellen. Nice to see
you. You too. I don't know if you were on the opening co-creators or someone else.
Yes, no, I'm one of the co-creators, definitely. But we all had a part in co-creating this beautiful, beautiful gift of legacy.
Yes, but I mean about the wonderful meeting with Romanian people.
Oh yes, so it was amazing. You did the translations, didn't you?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Fantastic. Yes. Oh, that was a great meeting.
It was like 90% good, but it was okay.
Yeah, so just to let you guys know, myself and Hercules were invited to come and speak to the Romanian team on the normal GL, and there was a little bit of controversy. I'm sure we've all faced controversy. It's what we do when we're changing the world. We have to face controversy and adversity, and of course, there's going to be people that don't know what we're doing, and instead of coming to experience it, they give their own opinion. And there's unfortunately a lot of bad press around the world about Gift of Legacy. So we went on to a Romanian call just to speak to the leaders. And when we arrived, the Zoom room was full. So it had maxed out on the capacity of 500 before we'd even started. And there were over 2,000 people watching altogether. So it was just incredible to be able to see what has been created all over the world, and that there's such a massive following that a little bit of negativity on the internet is not going to stop this beautiful gravy train at all.
Yes, the real problem is because the people are assimilating this concept like many other concepts that are so similar with this, but it's not this. And this is where they are losing the essential part, because it was like I was at the beginning also, I was thinking is like something else or something else or something else. But when I saw the real information from the source, then I understood exactly what is it about. Because some people, about 5 people, asked me my opinion, and I was thinking, oh my God, 1, 2 people, it's okay. But when they're coming 3, 4, 5 people, then it's like you need to have a real opinion. And I was trying to confirm my opinion, but it wasn't like this, because I understood the reality. It was like the opposite I was thinking it is. But I am an open-minded guy, because I know if you want to evolve, you need to have your mind like, I don't know, that object you need when you fly from the plane. I don't know in English how it's the name of it.
Parachutes, oxygen mask.
Okay, yes,
Don't wanna-
our mind and our hearts are working like a parachute. And when it's working a parachute? When it's open, right? If we are not open to receive the real truth, then we lose the essence of the things and of the everything of the life, essentially. Basically, it's like the polemics in the religions and in everything in this world, because they are the people are making polemics, not trying to see the truth, the real truth, and here they lose they don't make the communication like good skill to evolve. They don't communicate in reality. They are just fighting in ideas and don't make a real sense. And that's because they are not having an open mind to communicate, to have a good communication, to have a direction to evolve. And that's a problem. But we as a leader and every one of us, we need to make these things to work to us, and after that we can inspire people, and that would be amazing.
Exactly. Thanks so much, Alan. So welcome everybody.
Welcome everybody. Thank you for your presence.
Pleasure. So welcome today on this beautiful day, 25th of April. We're probably about 5 weeks in now, give or take, and the movement is just incredible. The energy from all of you is incredible. And I just want to share that, there are now 2 ways to enjoy Gift of Legacy. There's the original way, where you go and you build 2 by 2 by 2. And if you've got great community skills, or your culture is community, you do very, very well. There are groups of people that have absolutely blown our minds that are, on the platinum board. They've done it from starting on bronze. They've gone all the way to platinum just from building a team. Believe you me, I've got a lot of leaders that contact me. They are all exhausted, even though they're receiving. To manage people, and all of you know, is very, very challenging. So I was always very much prone to the 2 by 2 build, to follow, the guidelines, the way that we've set them out. And I, for one, was always saying that, you mustn't join third-party programs because you don't know if their strategies are going to work. Gift of Legacy is a year old, well, almost a year and a half old. And everybody was coming to us with strategies and come to me and you're going to move faster. But you can't guarantee anything like that because you are managing people. And like I've always said, if you see that a team is doing really well and you want to join that team, by joining that team, you're not going to guarantee your own success in this game, because the magic has always happened from the people that you bring in underneath you, not where you join. So if I'm on a team and it's going a little bit slow and I see another team doing well, if I join that team, I'm not going to do well. I'm going to slow that team down, because why do I want to leave? I want to leave because I'm looking for an easy way. I'm looking for a get rich quick scheme. I'm looking for something that I can't find within myself.
And we lost it because the internet, I think, is the problem. Internet connection, you have red line.
No, we're there. Everybody's there.
Yes, but the internet connection is like making some trouble, but I think she will come back. So yes, resume what it was telling to us. It's like we need to take the responsibility and make the things to happen, not to try to make shortcuts to shortcut. It's not possible.
I'm back.
Now you have white lines.
Thanks, Alan. Okay. So basically what I was saying is that you you are the champion. If you are not going to get it right, you're not going to be able to join a team and then get it right just by being with that team. But that is why I love Elements so much. And when it was brought to me to have a look at, I was very skeptical, as Pierre and Andre will tell you, because I always have the good of all at my heart. You know, I don't want to go and do something if the rest of Gift of Legacy isn't going to benefit. And the beautiful thing about the Elements and the Gemstones is that they have a very strong admin team that manages everything. So before, I used to say, don't take out multiple profiles. Multiple profiles, what do they require? Every profile you take out needs 2 people, which needs 2 people, which needs 2 people. So if you have multiple profiles, unless you've got a huge team of people that you can put underneath all of those profiles, it's never going to work. And you'd need an admin team. So here we have an admin team. Here we have a strong admin team that manages where we are on the boards. They close the boards and open the boards for us. And they literally just tell us when we need to gift and when we need to receive. Now, the beauty of this is that the only one you need to be accountable to in this beautiful movement is yourself. So, you know, if you had to find 30 people and they all wanted to join, think about how that would increase the movement on your board. If you were there as a builder and now you had a list of 30 people that you were going to sign up, well, number one, it would guarantee that you would be legend. You'd go onto your higher boards and you might even receive on your silver board by bringing in 30 people. But think about 30 people and all of their emotions and managing their expectations. It becomes a huge amount of work. Now think about if you had the finances to just buy 30 positions. 30 positions would get you very far, exactly like what I've just said with people, but you don't have to worry about managing emotions. You don't have to worry about managing expectations because you are the one that is putting these profiles in. So what does that mean? That means, number one, you're going to be benefiting the rest of the 64 people because every position or person that you bring in is going to stimulate movement on the boards. So that's good because it's going to get our whole team from cycle 1 to cycle 2 to cycle 3, which is where we want it. We don't have to worry about getting more people. It's a closed pod. There's already 64 people. But if you had to purchase 30 positions up front, you now have 30 positions that are more than likely on 30 different boards. So that means that you have 30 chances of receiving. So although on your perpetual bronze board, you're only going to keep $200, what's $200 times 30? Or $200 times 6? Or $200 times 10? However many extra positions you've taken out means that pretty soon they will all be receiving on the perpetual cycles. And Raf actually contacted me in the week and he was like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize how absolutely incredible that is. Remember, in the old GL, you're worrying about one position, maybe 2, you know, when you get to legend and you get a little bit excited and you feel like giving yourself a gift. So you sponsor yourself a position in, then you got to start again, looking for 2 people, building. Here, money is going to make you move and it's going to make you more money. It's just absolutely wonderful. And then the other thing I really love about this movement is that we all follow Atlas 86, which is Hercules, and Atlas 86 follows Angel 1. Angel 1 goes to the oldest board. So Angel 1, with all of us attached, will slowly but surely go to all of the boards. Obviously, we've got hundreds of bronze boards, so it's going to take a little bit longer. But let's say we get to platinum. Angel 1 gets to platinum. Platinum receives all of their gifts as a legend, and now they're going to go to another board. they're going to go to one of the 37 platinum boards that is sitting there open. And slowly but surely, everybody that has been sitting on platinum will receive as a result of our beautiful Elements movement. So I think that is so cool. And that is why I'm so excited to be presenting this. I'm so excited to be a part of it. And for those of you that have joined, you've seen the magic of the movement. You've seen the integrity of the people that are managing the profiles. And you've seen what a slick operation they've got going behind the scenes. So I'm going to do a little presentation. And then after that, I'm going to discuss crypto. And I'm just going to show you a few little ways of, how to gift and receive. My knowledge in crypto is very, very small. I'm not a crypto trader. I know nothing about that. It actually freaks me out just as much as it probably does for all of you. But what I do know is how to receive money in a wallet and how to send money to somebody else. And, in the beginning, you don't even have to worry about connecting it to your bank account to draw out the funds, because in the beginning, we just need to make sure that the funds move amongst each other. When we get to Legend on Perpetual, and then when we get to Legend on Silver, then obviously we're going to have to maybe look at putting money into our accounts from from crypto into fiat, but not right now. So don't let it freak you out, because let me tell you, the world is changing. The world is changing at a hugely rapid rate right now. I don't know if you've been following the news, but in Africa, there is something called BRICS. Well, it's not only South Africa, but it's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and Africa. Now, what they've said is that they are forming their own currency. So what's happened at the moment is I think it's Brazil and China, they're already trading in their own currency. They are not relying on the US dollar anymore. So people are starting to break away. And the future is digital. As much as, cash is king, the future is digital. So wouldn't you rather have a little bit of an idea on how to send and receive crypto or digital currency to one another? Because should the banks just close, what are we going to do if all our money is sitting in a bank and it just closes? And maybe things will come right after a week or so, but in that week where we don't have access to funds, what are we going to do? And it's something that we really need to look at. So do yourselves a favor. I learned through YouTube. Nobody sat down next to me and showed me step by step what to do. Eddie, I know you're on here. Thank you so much for having patience with me in the beginning. But Eddie sent me a video from YouTube, how to set up your Exodus wallet. So simple. It was about 10 minutes. It's so easy to do. And personally, what I like about an Exodus wallet is you don't need to do your whole proof of who you are and proof of address and KYC and all of that. You literally just download the app. Once you've done it, they show you that you've got 12 special keywords, and you've got to write those keywords down somewhere and put them in a safe or put them somewhere very safe. Never make a digital copy, because if you lose those keywords, you've lost your wallet. So very, very important. But that's all you need to do. Then you need to just go in and fund it. So you just go to Exodus, I'll show you in a little bit, and then you fund it. And you've got to make sure, what I would suggest is we all just stick to USDT, because it's a stable coin at the moment, and it's very, very, it doesn't fluctuate. I think you pay $1 on transfer fees, but in order to trade on USDT, you've got to have a little bit of currency in either Tron or Ethereum so that you can do the transactions. But I'll go into that a little bit later. But it's really easy, and I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. I'm talking about Exodus and I'm talking about Telegram as ways to receive, but there really are loads. A lot of people use Binance. I've got Binance. Personally, I find it very busy. It reminds me of like a slot machine, because it's like click here and follow this and do this challenge and do this task. Like, it's a little bit too above my level of understanding. But as long as you just know how to send and how to receive, and I'll go through that with you just now. But for now, let me start explaining this beautiful movement that has really captured my heart and the hearts of many, many more. And we are now on our, I think it's our 7th pod that we're busy building at the moment. So very, very exciting. All right. So without any further ado, I have simplified it a little bit. Okay. So welcome to the Elements movement as well as Gemstones. Gemstones was created by Andre, Pierre, and Bubsy. And they have been, first they started with a very big group. And then they realized that, they need to do compulsory gifts every month in order to get movement. So everything that we're doing in Elements has been tried and tested already within Gemstones. So we have the magic formula. And obviously, if we find more magic formulas that work along the way, we'll incorporate them. But whenever we do anything, we'll definitely share it with you. We'll never change a strategy before we've shared it with you. But so far, the strategy that we've always shared is the one that's working. So like I say, it is an honoring you as well as your community. So what we're doing is we are redistributing wealth amongst our pod of 64. So we've got pods of 64, and these 64 will remain your family throughout the whole time. So what you do here is instead of inviting 2 people, our commitment is to buy extra positions as often as possible and to sponsor those positions for ourselves and other participants in our pod of 64. We are constantly gifting within our community of 64, and that is by taking out multiple positions to ensure the receiving of smaller gifts more frequently. And all of this, like I said before, can only be done if it is managed in the background by an admin team. So your requirements, you must have already been part of Gift of Legacy and must know how GL works 100%. And that is really important because if you've never been through a board or received, you don't really know how it works. You don't know that your invitees follow you. You don't know that if the inviters board's full, you're going to go to another board. And that is why when you are buying multiple positions, I like to call them the golden geese, because what do golden geese do? They lay golden eggs. So every position, every gift of $100 that you gift for a new position is a little golden geese or goose that is going to lay golden eggs for you throughout the time. And that's why Andre and Pierre always say, we want to be gifted every single day. And that's what's going to happen. We are going to be transacting and gifting one another every single day. So you must have completed a bronze board or on a silver or higher board, as well as one's perpetual journey. And I know that Paula is really strict. We are even looking for people that are on gold and platinum. And that is because they would have been through the process. They know how valuable that honesty and integrity is from all of the people that are in this pod. And also we have to have full trust in our admin team and their strategy. And this group or this movement is for people that want to experience speed through the multiple positions in our closed group. That's really important. And remember, there's a place for our 2x2, because in the 2x2, obviously the gifts received are a lot more. You get to keep a lot more. And over here, you keep less, but you're going to have a lot of positions that are bringing you in a little bit, but lots of them. So this is our bronze board. Instead of keeping gifts in our first round, so when we start as a gifter and we get to legend, we still get $500, but that $500 takes us onto the silver and onto our perpetual bronze. So $500 is to move to the next board, and then those $300 that we would have normally pocketed, that is going to sponsor 3 positions. So if you think about it, with general GL guidelines, what you are doing now when you're a legend is essentially you are inviting your 2 people. Not only that, you are now inviting 3 people. So you are assisting with 3 people that are coming onto the board as gifters. The only difference is that those 3 people are positions from one of the 64 people in your pod. So we never bring new people in, but we're constantly putting new positions in and helping our pod. So you might be, you might not really have a lot of money. You might only have just done your first compulsory position, but when you go onto the spreadsheet, you see, oh, but hang on, I've got 7 usernames. How is that possible? That's because when you are a legend and you're sponsoring those positions, we're helping and redistributing the wealth amongst the 64. So even though you might have physically only gifted for 2 positions, you've got 7 because everybody's gifting each other. And on our perpetual journey, it gets so much better. You now will receive $800 and you yourself will get all 8 gifts. But this is where it's really important that you be a good steward of your funds. You make sure that you don't owe any money to the bank because this needs to be passed on and redistributed. So when you receive your $800, you're going to take 6 of those gifts and you're going to sponsor 1 position for yourself and then 5 positions for people within your pod. So you're almost going to close a full board. You're going to contribute 6 positions to a board and you get to keep $200 now in every round. Now, what I would suggest is $200 going to get you far if you go out for a nice meal or treat yourself to a spa day? Or what's it going to do for you if you put it back into your pod? Well, it's going to guarantee you another $200, that's for sure. And then as it goes on, it's going to guarantee the pod 3 positions when it becomes a legend. And then when it gets to silver, it's just going to reap more and more. So I would suggest take that $200 and put it back in because you are laying some golden eggs and you're helping the movement of your pod. And remember, this isn't going to be the only position that's going to be receiving on perpetual because like I said, you probably have 6, 7, 10, 12, 15 already that are all going to get to this. On your $400 board, beautiful, you are still going to be receiving in abundance. You'll still get $3,200, but $1,600 is going to take you to your gold board and $400 is going to take you to your perpetual silver. And that is $2,000 that you get to use to move to the next boards. And now what you do with $900 is you get to sponsor 9 positions. So 1 for you and 8 for your pod. So you, being a legend in silver, are now assisting 1 bronze board to move and putting a gift on a new bronze board. So you've already helped close 1 board when you receive as legend on silver. Just think about the movements as I'm talking about that. Think about the movements in your pod of 64. On your silver perpetual journey, the beautiful thing is now when you're receiving the $3,200, you get to sponsor another position for yourself and now 12 for your pod. So that is almost a board and a half that you get to close and move. And the beautiful thing now is you get to keep $1,500. And now you could probably go for a meal, a spa day, and still take some of that cash and put it back into your pod, making sure you get more positions. Each position is going to do exactly the same for you on this journey because they are constantly being supported by everybody in your pod. So there's constantly going to be movements, which is absolutely so exciting. Over and over and over again. Now on your gold board, you hold back that $5,000 to go to platinum and $1,600 to go to your gold. So that's $6,600 that you are going to be putting back into your boards. And you are going to then, with the rest of it, you are going to sponsor 37 positions. Guys, that's 4 boards. 4 boards plus 3 on another board. So when you are in gold as a legend, you're going to assist your pod with 4 boards moving. And guess what? There's going to be other people in your pod that are also on gold. So they're also going to be assisting with 4 boards moving. So let's just imagine that we've got 4 legends that are from the iron pod, and they're all receiving on gold. They're going to be responsible for moving 16 boards. Like, I don't know if it's landed for you guys yet, but when this starts happening, you are going to be so busy that you're going to want to have a crypto wallet, because it's just going to be easier to go click, 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 and make sure that you're transacting and gifting everybody. It's amazing. And then on your gold perpetual journey, well, when you get that $12,800, now you are sponsoring 63 positions, one for you and 63 in your pod. So that's basically you are gifting every person in your pod one position. That's what you're doing when you get to gold legend. Every single person in your pod is getting a gift of a position from you. And you get to keep $4,900. I mean, how does it get better than that? Well, I'll tell you how. On the platinum board. So on the platinum board, remember, we're not going anywhere. So you get to take $5,000 and put yourself back onto a platinum board. You get to keep $17,500. And you get to sponsor 175 bronze board positions. Now that is amazing. That's basically giving everybody in your pod 2 positions as a gift. Here you go, here's 2 positions for you. And they're all going to the bronze board, so they're constantly supporting the top, which is amazing. Remember, in Gift of Legacy 2x2x2, when you get to platinum, you can't rest. You've got to make sure that everybody that's come in on the team behind you is doing the same as you. Otherwise, the perpetual journey is going to slow down. Here, the perpetual journey is like so fast. It's amazing. And then, of course, the perpetual journey on platinum will be exactly the same. You will constantly be sponsoring 175 positions, one for you, 174 for the rest of your pod, and you get to keep $17,500. And remember, that's just one position. You've got many, many more. Remember, the aim is to get 64, and then you start with another 64. So just do the maths. It's like, it's beyond. Okay, so remember, elements versus the GL guidelines. Here, you don't need to bring people. Of course, right now, you can share this beautiful movement with people. They're not going to be joining your pod. They will join one of our pods that's being created at the moment. So please, at this point in time, share this with people that are in Gift of Legacy. Share this with people that are frustrated. Because let me tell you, this renewed enthusiasm from being on Elements is going to spread into the normal GL. And we're going to be able to build both ways, because we're going to be able to prove that it works. Remember, most of the people that have said that they've struggled getting people is because people want to see proof that it works. And of course, when you're a builder, you don't have that proof because you haven't received yet. Here, you know that it works. And you know that when you're building 2x2, when you get that $3,200, you get to keep a lot more than what we do here. But then you're only focusing on one position. Also in Elements, please don't fast track. If you fast track, you're fast tracking your way out of your group, because you're going to land somewhere completely different and you're not going to have the support of the group coming behind you. So don't do that. Everything is very systematic. And that is why they close the boards. They confirm the gifters. Remember, don't contact your gifters or legends directly. If you see that you're gifting somebody on the spreadsheet, a lot of stuff happens on the spreadsheet before it's actually done on the boards. So please just make sure if you see your name, it's fine. One of the people from admin will get hold of you to ask you to send your gift. Once you've sent your gift, you're more than welcome to contact the legend, or before you've sent your gift, just to confirm that, you know, the payment platform that they want to use is correct. And then you can chat. But please just wait for them to contact you, because it's really, really important that we move the boards at the right sequences. Don't confirm gifters on your board. Admin will do that. And remember that in Elements, you'll earn way less in the gifts compared to what you sponsor back in, but you'll have many more positions than you would in the normal GL flow. And then just the definitions, it's a little bit confusing when you first start, because we talk about positions and usernames. So when you start, you get a username. It will generally be the first, your initials, then it will have a 1. All right, so when you start, you get a username. I'll just give you mine for an example. Mine is CD1 Iron 1. When I get a new position, it's CD2 Iron 1, CD3 Iron 1, CD4 Iron 1, right up until CD64 Iron 1. Then you'll get your new username, which will be CD2 Iron 1. CD2 Iron 2, CD2 Iron 3. I'm confusing myself now. Sorry, it will be CD1 Iron 2, CD2 Iron 2, CD3 Iron 2, right up to 64. Then when you get to 64, it will be CD3 Iron 1, and so on and so on. So a username is what you start with when you first sign up, and that is committed to gifting $100 on the 15th of every month. They have changed it now. So if you start and you want to gift for a few compulsory positions up front, remember that's going to help with the movement. It's going to help us get past the threshold into cycle 2 and 3. So if you wanted to buy all of your 12 usernames that you've committed to in the beginning, you can. But the username is what is committed to the $100. So all 63 other positions are not going to gift $100 every month. What they do is when they get to legend on a bronze board is they sponsor 3 positions. So that is why they don't have to give the extra $100. And can you imagine? It would be 64 times 100 and it would be so confusing. So just remember the username is what you are doing the compulsory buy-in for every month. And that is where you buy, sponsor, and you can get up to 64 positions under your username. And when you get to 64, then you will get a new username open, and each username is committed to that $100. A position is your people. That's what we use instead of people. So we buy these, we gift these instead of inviting and bringing new people. And each position that we buy or sponsor or get sponsored with ensures the movement of our pod of 64 on the boards. The more positions we volunteer to buy out of our own pockets, the more frequently we will receive the smaller gifts. And at the same time, so important that we support the movement of everybody on the boards. Remember, no position is required to gift the compulsory $100 every month, but when in legend, the positions will sponsor more positions in. Remember, by signing up with Elements, you've agreed to the following terms. You agree to give admin full access to your Element profiles, boards, registration, verification, confirmation of gifts, and weekly logins. Please don't go in and change your password, because we've got a whole team that goes in and they log in so that, you know, we don't get removed for no activity. So everybody has to give admin full permission to do everything. And again, what I love about Gift of Legacy is nobody can steal any money from anybody. It's still purely peer-to-peer. They tell you who you need to gift. So it's, you know, there's no one bank account that everybody's putting their money in. And then remember, you agree that you won't receive gifts on your first bronze cycle, and that you have agreed to the strategy of receiving fewer gifts per position in order to buy more positions instead of inviting new people. And remember, always use any gifts received to first gift your way onto the higher boards and then onto your perpetual. And remember, this is a priority over everything. If we don't go onto the higher boards, we cannot support the movement on the higher boards. And Gift of Legacy was designed to go from bronze to silver to gold to platinum. It wasn't designed for us to just go over and over and over and on bronze. I mean, how boring. We are here to change the world, and we're here to show the world that we are abundant, and our birthright is abundance. So limiting ourselves to $700 every month it's silly, and that's not Gift of Legacy, what Gift of Legacy is about. Remember that you've agreed that when you're in the cycle of gifting and you're called upon admin to send your gift, there is no excuse not to do so. And remember, you should always have the gift ready at least once a month. And if you gift upfront for your compulsory positions, you don't have to worry about that. And admin provide full transparency on the Google Sheet shared with each pod. And all communication will be on a Telegram group. I know Telegram can be a little bit overwhelming, but once you get the hang of it, everything's really well organized. They've got different folders for different things, and it's really, really easy and simple to use. There's also a bot. The Iron Group is using the bot at the moment. The bot actually sends you a message on Telegram to say, it's your turn to gift. And once you've gifted, you let the bot know and it records that. So pretty soon we'll be using the bot for everybody in all of the groups just to assist with that. And that's why we require everybody to be on Telegram. So remember, you're signing up with an exclusive pod of 64 people, and they will remain the same all the time. No new people will be invited into each pod, and every participant requires a minimum of $100 on that set date of the month. And remember, this enables admin to register 20 positions for you, which in turn enables us to register 4,096 positions, which will take the first legend to platinum. So again, just going back to 2x2, if you start as a builder on bronze, you will require 2x2x2 to get to platinum, and that actually works out to 4,096 people that need to join underneath you to get you to receiving on platinum. So it's doable, it's been done, people are doing it, and they're making us very proud. But this is just a really nice, we always say there's no shortcuts. This is the shortcut. The only thing required is that you take money out of your own pocket in the beginning. So once a username has 64 positions, you'll take out your next username. Will you start again with 64 positions? So it will constantly be supported. Your pod will constantly be supported all the time. And that's what's so wonderful about not having to bring any people. So I'm just going to repeat a few important things. I've said it already in the presentation, but do not go into your boards and confirm any gifters. Allow admin to do that in their sequence. And if you can, really, really important, buy those extra positions to support your pod. It's been so amazing to just watch, just as an example, Nickel are like, right, I'm buying 10. Who's going to join me with buying 10? And then everybody's like, yes, we'll all commit to buying 10. So that is what we're looking for here. And especially in our Iron Group, we really need to just take more positions because we are almost there. I know Pierre can say a few words about that, but we are almost there. And those of you that are on copper, zinc, that group is moving really, really quickly because remember we had Sandra that got 33 positions on zinc and 33 positions on copper. So that really helps with the movement and to just push everybody into the phase where we are all receiving on silver. Now, a lot of people have asked me, what is a cycle? A cycle is your board. So cycle 1 would be your bronze board. When you get from builder to legend and then you complete, that is cycle 1. Cycle 2 means that you will be on your perpetual journey and on the silver board. Once you've received on silver and your perpetual journey, then you will be on cycle 3. And that is when the gifts roll in and you're able to just pump in loads of positions. Remember what I said? I think 12 positions, then 75 positions, then 175. And that is where the movement is going to be so fast, we're not going to know what's hit us. So very, very exciting. So before I carry on, I just want to ask my wonderful co-hosts and admin team if they would like to add anything. I see Bubsy there. And I know Pierre's around. So are we good? Happy? Anything else?
I don't think we can add anything really. Yeah, no, it's fine. Thank you.
Okay. Pierre did an amazing training last week on how to read the spreadsheets. And then the name has eluded me now, and I'm so sorry. Somebody from the Spanish community literally sat and they wrote out word for word exactly how to read the sheets. So between watching that Zoom call and looking through the documents, you guys will be able to read those sheets in no time. And thank you so much. That must have been such hard work to do that. It's being translated at the moment. And there was a little bit of confusion as to why YouTube took it off. A lot of people think that somebody complained. But personally, I think that a spreadsheet was just showing people's names and phone numbers. And maybe Google or YouTube was like, it's too much personal information. So I think that's why they actually took it off. I really don't think that anybody would have complained. So please just make sure to watch that training. It is invaluable. It's absolutely beautiful. It explains everything. Okay, so let's talk about crypto. Crypto is nothing to be afraid of. All of us on here do banking. I'm sure that none of us have money under the mattress and we do everything with cash. So we've all got some sort of a card, a credit card or a debit card. And I'm sure that most of us know how to do internet banking. So if you can log on to your bank account and you can do an internet transfer or an EFT, electronic fund transfer, you can do crypto. It's exactly the same. It really is. It's probably even simpler. So I'm just going to share my screen and I'm going to show you my Exodus wallet. All you need to do is go and research. I know that Exodus wallet is a good one that people have recommended. A lot of us in South Africa use it. I've heard of Trust wallets. Lots of people are using Binance. Lots of people in South Africa use Luno as well. Luno is just a little bit expensive and it takes a while before you can get your funds out. I think there's a little bit of a waiting period, but there are a load. And, you know, I'll try and keep it as simple as possible and share what I use. And all you need to do with Exodus is go on, it's an app that you can download. You go onto your Google Play Store or your iPlay Store, App Store, and then you can find it. And then you follow the prompts. But I'm just going to give you a little bit of a navigation onto what it looks like and where you would go and what everything means. So there we go. All right, so now that is my wallet. So once you've downloaded it and you log on, this is where it will show you where your assets are. So at the moment, I've got a whole $2.79 in this specific one. And over here, it shows I've chosen these specific coins. They're just different cryptocurrencies. And Velissa, I know you're on here. Velissa's our crypto queen and she's a pro at it. I'm not. I'm explaining it to you in the simplest way possible so that you can just understand and you don't get overwhelmed by it. So Ethereum is a cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, this is the USDT, the Tether. That's how they call it, the Tether USDT. This is Ethereum. Then you've got your Binance coin. You've got XRP, Tron. Tron is very important if you're going to be using USDT. And then I'm just trying to find USDT. Let's just see. Yeah, they might have changed it now. Let's just have a look. No, that's the, so here you'll see ETH means that's the Ethereum network. Let's just go back. Goodness. I normally do this on my phone, so it's a little bit different. Okay, so I'm going to go to my wallets. So over here, you'll see it says wallet. It's taking me over there. Okay, sorry guys, just bear with me. It's a bit stuck. Okay, so wallet. Okay, yeah, it's showing me everything in my wallet. So over here, I've got Tether USDT. I've got Tron. Let's talk about Tron. So Tron is a network. It's a crypto coin. And in order to trade USDT, you need to have some money on the Tron network. So I just want to show you how to send and receive. So if I wanted to send money, let's just pretend I've got money loaded. I would click send. Somebody will send you their address. All you need to do is copy and paste it. Very important when someone sends you an address that you check the first 3 letters and the last 3 letters. Then you would paste it in there and you would write exactly how much you wanted to do, and then you would send. Now on the app, there's actually an arrow that goes up. That means send. and the arrow that comes down means receive. So let's just go back. If I wanted to receive, so now somebody asked me what my wallet is, I would go to receive. I would go here. So this is my wallet address, TER L6D. I would copy it. I would then go to WhatsApp and I would click it. And then I would say, this is my Tron address. So very important that you, okay, there we go. Let me just search. Let's just see if I can find it. There we go. So over here, this is a USDT. This is on the TRX network. And here you can see if I don't have Tron, I'm not going to be able to transact. So let's just see here where I would go. I'm so sorry, guys. I am a bit unorganized here because I thought it would be exactly the same on as my phone. So let's just see here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a video and I'm rather going to share it to you guys because I'm starting to get hot and sweaty here. Because on the phone, which is what we're going to be doing, is it's a little bit different. So let me do a video and I'll rather just send it. But it's really important that we're all on crypto because it literally takes 2 minutes to do a transfer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I'll show you Telegram because we're all on Telegram and that is really simple. And like I said to you, when you are first sending and receiving, remember you don't need to put any money in your pocket. So you can literally just use this as a little way to send and receive. So over here, I've just put it on Hercules. Where you're about to write a message, you go to this little attachment thing. And then you've got wallet. So you just need to download the wallet. I think you search for wallet on Telegram. Let me just show you. Let me go here. You go here, at wallet, and there it comes up. So once you've searched it, it will go here, and then it will tell you how to download it. So I've obviously opened it already. And if I want to go to my wallets, let's just say I'm talking to Hercules, I would go over here. So now somebody's waiting to send me money and they're asking me for my USDT address. What I would do is go over here. And there it gives you the option, send, receive, buy, sell. So over here, obviously in the beginning, you would go here to buy. Because initially you need to have a little bit to buy and then you would do that. Here I'm going to get to you now. If you want to send, you would just go here. It will ask you for the address, or if you want to receive, there you go. You would copy that and that's it. Pierre, are you going to come rescue me here?
No, Candace, I just want to, just two things that's very important. Remember, different coins can move on different networks. It's important that there's two very important things. It's a specific coin, like a USDT, take for one, but that can run on a TRC20 and an ERC20. Remember that it's very important when somebody sends you his address for you to gift, he must make sure that he uses the right network. I usually send the message and say, send me your USDT address, but make sure it's a TRC20 network address. Just because if you do that wrong, that money is lost. You can never retrieve it. That's something that's very important. We had someone that did a total presentation on that. We will talk to her. She can come up one time and do another presentation for us perhaps. But what is very important for the start, work with USDT and work on a TRC20. That's the Tron network. That's what you talked about earlier. It's actually just the Tron network because it costs $1. It doesn't make any difference how much you send. It only costs you $1. And just another thing, you talked earlier about Binance. I don't know, everybody don't like Binance, but for us, a lot of us that's got Binance Pay. Now, not all the countries have Binance Pay, but Binance Pay is without cost. If I've got your Binance Pay ID and I can send you $1,600, $2,000, $5,000, it costs nothing. And it's in seconds. We've tested it, it's in seconds. So don't just throw away Binance. It's a nice system. But for starters, don't worry about all that 1,000 coins and nonsense. Concentrate on using USDT on the TRC20. That's the Tron network. If you choose that, you always, when you put in an address, say you want to withdraw, you want to send to anytime, it asks you usually for the network address, which network, and that's the TRC20. You start with that, and I don't think we will have a lot of problems. Just my 2 cents. Sorry. Thanks.
No, thank you. Thank you. I felt like I was drowning there. You know, like when you prepare something and then like the picture looks nothing like what you think. And then you're aware of like a million faces watching you. So I was actually chatting to somebody from Spain that's also very, very, he's very into crypto, and he was also going to help. And then Valencia was saying that, yes, okay, great. So Valencia is going to help us. I'm going to get hold of her and we can just sort something out. Very, very simple, because all we need to know is literally how to receive money and how to send money on crypto. That's it. You know, like just for me as an example, I was a legend on the copper board and I had to accept $400 from everyone. I'd say 80% of the people all paid me in crypto, which is beautiful. I got all my gifts. And now they're just waiting in the crypto wallets. When Babsy says, right, Cans, send this to so-and-so, you're going to sponsor 4 positions, I've got it ready. If it's in my South African bank account, you know, a debit order could come off. I could see a nice pair of shoes and just swipe my card. And then Babsy will give me a call. And then what do I do? You know, I have to go to my credit card now and fund my wallet. So I love crypto because for me, it's easy to give it away because it doesn't feel like I have to draw money out of my bank account. And yeah, it's just very, very simple. And it's the way of the future. It really is. Digital is the way of the future. No matter how we want to resist it, it is the way of the future. So rather just have a little bit of an idea of how to work with it, because the banks are going to shut down soon, sooner than we think. And we don't want to be stuck without any way of feeding ourselves. Well, for me, generally, that's all I worry about is how we're going to eat. But does anybody have any questions? Please just put your hand up if you do. If anybody's got anybody to share, any wonderful stories to share of receiving, I would definitely love you to share your experience. I just want to read from Jane. Jane's big concern is who is watching the crypto and can tell us when to take our gifts and put into local currency when the drops. So thank you for asking that, because the beautiful thing about USDT is that it's connected to the dollar. So it's not really going to lose value. If, for example, you put it in Bitcoin, or like me, I put $900 in Ethereum and I just kind of left it there and I watched it go to $700 and then it went up to $950 and now it's back to $850. You don't want to be leaving your funds in there. But USDT, if you have got $100 in USDT, it's generally not going to lose its value if it stays in there. Babs?
Hi, Cans. Thank you for the beautiful presentation. Sorry that I was a bit late, guys. I had a day out with my grandchildren. Yes. What I wanted to say, if people receive a gift and they are itching to do anything, instead of confirming, send me a WhatsApp telling me that you received something. Do that. I would really appreciate that. I don't mind receiving from the legend, and I don't mind receiving from the gifter that she sent a gift to the legend. So then rather send me a WhatsApp. I would really appreciate it. Then we all hands up. Don't confirm. Just explain. Yeah, I'm just stressing that again.
Yeah, please never, ever, ever confirm, because remember, they work from 1 to 64. And then they work the boards in that way. So if you are confirming, you could mess up the whole sequence. And so far it's been working really, really well. So I know it's exciting. I know it's fun to go on the boards, but let me tell you, once you've watched that Zoom call of the training last week, I don't even go into my boards. I go onto the spreadsheets because I can see a bird's eye view. When you log into your board, you've just got your board. That's all you see, where you are. On the spreadsheet, you see where everybody is and whose turn it is next and who's in line and who's being gifted at the moment. It's really, really cool. So please watch that training. It's really, really fantastic. Okay, Lynn.
Hello, thank you.
Hi.
They're trying to get my video. My question is about, so yesterday I got on to, I believe the silver board is in the original GL. It's not in Elements. So first question that comes up, is that person going to confirm to Babsy, because he was asking me, are you LJ1 Chrome? So I said, and do you know that you need to confirm to Babsy? So if he does or doesn't have her information, I'll be happy to give it to him. But my bigger question is, how is it that that it's decided which boards, how are the boards chosen to fill with Elements people, the original GL stuck boards? That this is obviously where I am, because now there's nobody else in the gift, not many, there's so many empty gifting holes, and I'm not going to be, really happy if those gifting holes aren't filled, because they're still waiting on the 2x2 method. And yet here I am.
So like I said in the beginning, Lynn, you might have missed it, but the beauty is that every new pod that started, so the first 2 invitees from iron, copper, chrome, nickel, cobalt, the first 2 people that are on the list will join Atlas 86. So Atlas 86 is Hercules. The first 2 invitees will be joined to him. And then everybody will be placed 2x2 underneath that. Atlas 86 follows Angel 1. Angel 1 is programmed to go to the oldest boards. So slowly but surely, Angel 1 will be going from oldest board to oldest board, and it will help the rest of GL. So very, very exciting about that. And I made sure about that before we even started with this movement.
Okay, I still really have no idea what this thing of Hercules and Atlas 1 is, or Angel 1. But anyway, so then it's reasonable to just, I don't know, like, is this silver board now going to move as quickly as the other boards in the Elements, or is it now waiting for people to come along?
Well, if you've joined the silver board as LJ1 Chrome 1, you're going to have 2 people behind you that are part of Chrome. They're going to have 4 people behind them. They're going to have 8 people, 16 people. So your whole pot of 64 is going to move through that way.
But they're behind me. What my question is, the gifter spots are empty. And this is what we see on the GL boards, the gifter spots are empty. And this is a GL board with the gifter spots empty. So there I am sitting in a gift spot. And in order for that board to move, all those other gifter spots have to be filled. And
they will be the rest of your team.
Beside me. Okay, you said they follow. So follow.
Oh, no, they'll come. So the next person that's going to graduate will come next to you.
Okay.
Remember, you always started as 4 gifters. So those 4 gifters will go to the next board, and then your invitees will come next to you. Babs, do you want to add anything? And that's so cool.
I've got Alessandra. He's also on the call. I saw him here. He's a very good example of what Lynn is just asking. He landed on an old GL board. The username was Zeander Vessels. And what I do up front, Lynn, I call that legend and I tell him, we are going to fill your board with our groups. Be prepared that we are going to land there. Do you have crypto? I just received $100 via USDT from Alessandra, and I sent it through to this Z lady via EFT to her time bank. So I'm trying to do this for the foreign boards. Let me use the old Gift of Legacy boards. So I make them aware, and I can guarantee you that also Alessandra's people will follow that board. And we are all following Atlas and GGM. And as previously known, the GGM boards are filling the old, what do you call it? And can help me quickly on the old
the oldest
algorithm.
board.
Yes, yes.
The old algorithm, yes.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
So obviously the silver boards and the bronze boards are going to take a lot longer than the gold and the platinum, because there's fewer boards on platinum, a little bit more on gold, then a lot more on silver, and then, you know, hundreds on bronze. So eventually every single board will be taken. And again, it just depends how many pods we've got going following Atlas 86 and Angel One. So Angel One, just to let you guys all know, is part of GGM. When we first started, we had angel positions, and they're part of Graciously Givers movement. So they are what was helping fund the development of the program and everything. And now what they're going to do, and they were always programmed to, they don't have inviters, so they will always go to the oldest board, whatever that is. And they're all connected to one another, the angel positions. So that is what we're following. So we are this beautiful little train that's got a huge following, and now we're slowly going to go and sort out all of the boards. And at the same time, on our perpetual journey, we're following each other. So on copper and zinc are great examples, because they are flying through their perpetual and they're pretty much supporting each other. So they're not going to oldest boards at the moment on the perpetual. It's only on the first cycle. So every time we've got a new group that joins, that's where the angel positions are going.
Great, thank you.
Perfect. Andre.
Hi, Candace. Hi, everyone. I'm a bit in the dark here, but I listen to every single thing. We've got a power outage, but it will be back on soon. I quickly just want to add that one thing that I didn't hear tonight yet is the fact that the different teams form the community. This is why we've got Precious Stones community and we've got Element community. What is very important is that one group of 64 will get to platinum, but with assistance with the next team and the next team. This is why it is so important to build the next 64 team at the next 64 team, because you will see how fast the copper and zinc boards are moving up, because it fill up all those gaps in the different boards faster than one team have to do it themselves. So it's very, very important to get the next 64 people that want to join in this whole journey that we are on. That is what the plan creates, is movement, not just for the groups, but also it's like Elements is coming like a fountain into the whole individual gift of legacy. And it's reaching all those stuck boards eventually. We've seen it. There is lots of people that can come and tell us how they've been affected with this movement that we have started. On stuck boards already, we look at from bronze perpetual, silver perpetual, gold perpetual boards already talking about it. We've seen it, you've experienced it, a lot of people have already experienced it, and it's only going to get better and better and better. But it's not going to all happen in a couple of days. It takes time and more groups. That is very important. We have to get the groups. There will only be two communities. That the one Precious Stones is under BOPSI and the other one is under Atlas. That is the two communities that we will be focusing on going forward. And eventually we will reach all those platinum boards. That is definitely going to happen. And like I can tell you guys that Precious Stones, we've already got BOPSI on Ruby on her platinum board as a gifter. So this is just amazing how fast this is happening. And me and Pierre working day and night with this. We talk about it. And this morning, Pierre told me, he said, Andre, in Elements, we're going to get very, very, very soon a board on Legend Gold. Now, this is coming, guys. Once we get to that point, there's no turning back. We just need to make sure we keep on receiving usernames, build it. It's like I said, it's a fountain of usernames coming all over, getting back underneath, and it is just keep going, flowing. You will receive money from, like I said, like Candace said, get your crypto ready because you're gonna need that. Also, very important, we have decided that the next 2 Element teams, we want to start together again. We want to start the LED team and the Cobalt team simultaneous on the
I think we lost Andre, but I'll just take over from him. I think power maybe came back on and he's swapping. But basically they're saying that they're going to be doing LED. Oh, there you are, you're back. You froze there for a second.
Yes, and also very important for the Precious Stones community, we are working on Amber team. Guys, this is important. We've said that we don't need to go and look for 2 people. We're only going to look for 64 people. What's that? That's nothing. We get them together. We've done it. Copper, iron, they've done it in 6 days, 4 days, 3 days. We've got now in 7 days, we've got in late already 23 members. Guys, this is easy because everybody wants to be here. You explain, they see the potential and they join up as easy as that. Nobody want to lose out. Everybody is here to make the best of it, working together. Lots of people, look what we have done in 1.5 months, not even yet in Elements. You can actually read whatever you want in Arabic, Russian, you name it, all the languages. It's just crazy how fast we have developed and we have grown to a successful community. People working together, make it easy. Guys, I'm excited. How about you? Let's go make some legends and let's send out gifts that we can't control it. Thank you.
And, just quickly before I hand over to Pierre and then we'll go to Ellen, share this with people that you meet on your boards. I don't see this as cross-recruiting because we've got so much renewed enthusiasm from being in Elements that people that are on the 2x2 are still inviting because now they're able to prove that they got gifts, that they've been to Legend, that they've done it. So I landed on a Zimbabwean guy's board. I still contacted Bubsy and I was like, oh dear, I'm the first gifter. He doesn't have crypto. He doesn't have PayPal. What are we going to do? And I went, instead of making him make a plan to find somebody with Wise, because he had Wise, but I went and I investigated so many other platforms and I landed up sending him a MoneyGram from my First National bank account. And I made sure that he got it. But, it cost me $40 to get it to him. But I was just so excited that he was from Zimbabwe and that he'd been on this board for a very long time waiting, and I just wanted him to receive that gift. And I told him all about Elements. I've said to him, take $400 and put it in, and then also when I share this with people, I say that they need to budget $500. I don't beat around the bush because can you imagine Cobalt or LED if we told everybody that was joining that they need $500? Because what that would be is your $100 entry, and then you're paying $400 upfront for your compulsory gifts. Imagine if 64 people did that. The movement, we'd go straight into cycle 3 in no time. So that's what I'm telling people that have $500 because you are really putting that money in. You're going to lay golden eggs and they're just going to create golden geese that are going to lay more golden eggs. And we're just going to have so much abundance that even the boards that we're stuck on that we're frustrated with, we'll be able to help them. We really will. So please share this. Like I said, I'm never going to announce it on mainstream. We want to keep this underground. we truly want to keep this word of mouth, but we want lots of people to join. So if you know anyone that's on Gift of Legacy, that goes on, they check their boards every day, they're dedicated, they're motivated, they still believe in Gift of Legacy, but they're struggling to find people, share this with them. Share this with them because it's going to renew the passion within Gift of Legacy as a whole. Yeah.
Candice, yes, thanks. I just want to clear something about the older boards. People must remember when we in cycle 1, that's the board we start with, the bronze board, that with that you move to a bronze perpetual and to a silver cycle board. Now remember, there's no control over where this is going. We won't be able to feed all the old boards from the start. What happens is we are slowly moving into the boards in the lineage. But we won't, if someone, you won't necessarily land with the element on all the old boards from the start. The silver boards follows a specific lineage. The perpetual bronze board, that's different. That goes out where it finds the first open spot. And then the group follows them. When we sign up the first 3, 4, or 5 people and they start moving, the others follow them. So if they start landing on older boards wider, then they follow. But if they only follow the same lineage, it won't be possible that we'll be landing on all of the boards. But at the end, we will be feeding most of them. But the silver legend is a little bit difficult. He doesn't go that wide. He follows a specific line. But that's why we said, as when we go on the perpetual boards, that's where we're going to get the more gifts and you will be able to keep more. But we won't, you can't expect that we will be landing on all the old boards. It's not possible. It will be more in the lineage. But as we move and as we put it up in more groups at the bottom, like Andre said, then it spreads a little bit wider. Constantly it spreads wider. It's like a circle that runs out and runs in. And it runs a little further out and runs in. But we keep it close together. So we won't be feeding all the boards, old boards, unfortunately. But in the long run, we will get there. The bigger we build the system, we will get there. And just about that. And then we didn't finish talking about why we want to join the 2 groups, Lead and Cobalt, together. When we start a new group, it usually takes a few legends that's not connected to the elements to be serviced. So we go on boards that don't really necessarily put sponsorship back into the program. But we saw when we did it with copper and zinc, we were faster on our own boards. Remember, we sponsor from our own boards. If people land on a copper board and he's supposed to sponsor, then he will sponsor. But if he goes and lands on a board that's not part of the Elements group, that money doesn't come back to the system. So why we say we want to join the 2 groups together, because then we make that list short. So we go faster on our own boards and start sponsoring our own board and bringing that in the next positions. Just about that. Thanks, Candice.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And then I just got a question in the chat asking about whether we're going to go to boards or perpetual boards. So I just want to remind everybody that in Gift of Legacy, there are no perpetual boards. You go on a perpetual journey, but on, within Elements, when we're on perpetual, we're going to be mixed with our lineage. We're going to be mixed with copper, zinc, iron. Those will all mix together. But when we're moving up the boards and we're making space, like we're going onto boards with the old GL, we're going onto the oldest boards, that can be a new board or a perpetual board. We've never had a perpetual board. There's always old users and new users that were cross-pollinated together, so that the people that have got experience can actually assist the people that don't. That was the thinking behind it. So there's never been a perpetual board. It's a perpetual journey. All right, so I think, Alan, I'm going to let you say or ask a question, and then I've had you guys on here for 1 hour and 22 minutes, so we're going to close off after that. Sorry to make you late, Alan.
Thank you. So I have a question. It's related to crypto wallets. I put it also in the chat, but I think there are more messages and it's hard to keep track with all of them. My question, I think it's one of interesting of every one of us, because we are going to receive and give a lot of gifts through the boards. And maybe someone knows, maybe a few or some from the audience know which wallet is the cheapest one in making transactions like this, because we are receiving and giving a lot of gifts. We will do that if we are going through this journey. And one possibility I saw that if someone has Binance and I also have, it's for free. Okay, that's one good thing to keep, but I think there are more other opportunities, because not everyone has Binance, for example. So this is my question. Which wallets should we choose based on these things? Because there are a lot of money. For example, in these boards on Binance, if you give to another wallet, you need to give $1 for each transaction. And if you have 10 transactions, it's like you give $10 for $1,000, or I don't know, something like this. They are not so much, but it's some money that we can save.
Go for it, Pierre.
Can I answer that? Alan,
Thank
the
you.
problem is there are different rules and regulations in the different countries. For example, America has Binance, but they have Binance US. They don't have Binance Pay, so that's unfortunate. Everyone will have to go and do a little bit of go and see which ones are working in his country, and then come back and say, listen, I unfortunately can only use a Trust wallet or a Exodus wallet, or I can use Binance. But it's to really see what's the cheapest. If we can do from Binance to Binance on Binance Pay, it costs nothing. I know that otherwise it's $1 every time you do a transaction. That's like with the banks, we will always have costs. So it will be.
No, I know this. It's not a problem about this, but I'm trying to find the great solution. That's my point.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one is the cheapest and will work everywhere. I don't know. The Telegram one is a good one to start with, I think.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't try it, and I will try Telegram also. I am curious how taxes they have. Which taxes?
really easy to send and receive money on Telegram. And, you know, it's something that we all used to. You just go onto Telegram, you search at wallets, it will open up a chat with the bot, and then it will show you step by step what to do. There's a little tutorial video, and there you go. I set it up. I received $100. I was able to put it into my Exodus wallet. I don't even know if it cost me anything more than $1. And remember, there's going to be service fees wherever we go, whatever we do. You know, like I paid $40 for that guy in Zimbabwe to get his money. And he was so horrified that I paid that, but I was so excited that I was in a position that I could. And remember, we've got multiple positions that are going to be receiving. So we're not going to be worrying about service fees in a few weeks' time. So, yeah. But
Yes.
Lots of us have got lots of ideas. I've asked Valencia if maybe next week, this time, she can do some crypto training with us. Very, very basic. And everybody's really helpful on all the groups. Everybody's got their favorite one.
Of course. No, I ask it because I think it's a general question that is interesting for every one of us. It's not like I am trying to avoid something. I'm just trying to find the solution if there it is one. If it's not, then we will go forward anyway.
Yeah, the main thing is that the solution going forward for receiving big amounts is crypto. I had somebody land on a gold board where I was a legend. I've been sitting there for a while on the normal GL. I was so excited. He contacted me. He asked me if he can send me PayPal. I said, sure. And then PayPal blocked him. And he's fighting with them. Now his money's in PayPal. And I had to take him off my board. So it was very sad because I thought, oh, I'm going to have
PayPal is too expensive, I think.
Yeah, PayPal's also, it's at least $4 or $5 for a transaction. So thank you everybody for your time, for your love, for your energy. Iron Group, remember everybody on Iron, you were the pioneers that we invited into Elements. You guys were chosen, and as a result of being chosen, the rest of the groups have been formed because of you. But we need our people in Iron to just dig a little deeper. We're almost there, Happier. And once we get to the cycle 3, then we'll be able to just snowball. But we're not there just yet. So let's just do whatever we can, put as much gifts as we can in there, and then we'll get there and we'll be flying just like copper and zinc and nickel and chrome and tin and lead and then cobalt. So very, very, very exciting. And what a beautiful future awaits all of us. So how does it get better than this? What else is possible? And see you all next week and on the groups. And yeah, hopefully we each get to gift each other this week. Loads
Bye,
of love,
everyone.
everybody. Take care.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.